Hello everyone, and I know I said cafe might be the most exciting thing for the old world this year, but I have just seen Games Workshop's new post. We are getting loads of new models for the Warriors of Chaos and Norska. So as you can see on screen right now, this is a new pack that's been announced, the Chaos Army Marauder set, where there are 50 new miniatures, 10 horsemen, 40 footmen. It looks like the horsemen have a large variety of weapons. We'll talk about that in just a second. But oh my god, if you guys know, obviously, of all the old school Marauder kits, some of them haven't aged too well, barring the Marauder horsemen, but the footmen have always been kind of, well, they've not been very good, I'm not going to lie, having painted a bunch myself. But this, oh my god, this is a kit. So I guess these are going to be something new, because it says reinforcement set. It might just be alongside the battalion set, so we won't lose the battalion. At least I hope not, because it's very good value for money. But this is wonderful. 50 new models. You can buy them separately. They've already said that there's going to be different boxes. But wow, absolutely. I can't stop looking at them. I'm a big Chaos fan, as you guys know, so this is wonderful. Before we jump into the models fully themselves, there is something really important here. Whether they pledge themselves to the Bloodied Hound, the Carrion Crow, Slithering Serpent, or Fell Raptor, these tribes are unified in purpose. So this is interesting, right? So something's going on, there's going to be a new book and so on. But the big thing about that is they're talking about the Chaos Gods. So we might finally get some marks, like new marks and stuff like that. Who knows? I think it's kind of important because we've still only seen really mostly undivided stuff. The marks exist, but items and just a lot more to kind of stylize your tribes, that would be really useful here. Like I've said, I'm a big Slaanesh fan. Hell, I've even got some Marauders of Slaanesh that I sorted out a while back. Actually, this is a picture I've got from one of that work in progress project. It's literally just, I'm a big fan of making my Chaos Warriors look a little bit different, and I think that's really, really important for the sake of the variety. So if we're going to get some stylized rules, that's going to be really good. Marauders by themselves are going to be a box of 20, and they look phenomenal. They look like actual Norskans. This is so good, so good. The command squad looks amazing too. I think that's really, really important. And we got the Serpent banner there, which is great, because, you know, it's a little bit more Slaanesh. I'm pretty excited about this, and it does state that each box is going to have stuff for hand weapon and shield, great weapons, or flails. So I guess we're not getting additional hand weapons, but yeah, that's fine. This is so incredibly important for the Warriors of Chaos because those Marauders, old ones, have been kind of awful. Well, they're just very dated, not so much awful. I am honestly surprised. I wasn't expecting this at all. And the article has all this talk about how these tribes worship the ruinous powers in their own ways. I am so excited about this. Finally. Don't get me wrong, the undivided stuff is cool, but I prefer Chaos Divided. And then we got the Marauder Horsemen. Obviously, it's important to note that the current set isn't too bad, but this one is just incredibly updated. So that's pretty good. It's got 10 models. You can make 2 5-man squads in each box, which is wonderful. I don't think it's saying the weapon options, though what I do see is spears and flails. I imagine that the spears will also be used as javelins. I don't think they're going to be getting rid of those and throwing axes. Who knows if they're getting rid of those? I don't know. It is confirmed that there's going to be new profiles, so it could be interesting to see what happens here. We're also getting a brand new Arcane Journal, The Raising of the Westerland, which I'm really hoping that lad in the middle is a new character. Obviously, we've got Fridal and so on, but it would be nice, or it could just be a generic. We haven't had a generic new character in a while. Maybe like a Marauder Chieftain or something. That would be really, really cool. I mean, he does look a little bit like the unit champion for the Marauders on foot, which is fair, but I'd love to see just a few more character options and so on. We don't really have a lot when it comes to that, and obviously we've seen, like recently with the Tomb Kings, really amazing sculpts and really amazing release overall. And we should be in that period where Games Workshop are likely going to focus on updating kits and just bringing out new stuff for us. Lo and behold, you know, the Marauders. But some Marauder characters would be absolutely fantastic, just to really add that thing if you're going to be theming your army on Marauder builds rather than having a Chaos Lord or a Sparring Champion and stuff like that. Okay, now we've got a bunch of information down here. Alongside rules for your Marauders, this new softback supplement goes into detail about the Warriors tribes of Norska, the 4 primordial spirits and how they worship them, and Fridal the Chainmaker's invasion of the Westerland. Okay, so new rules for the 4 cults of chaos, chaotic traits, A Law of the Shadowlands. Oh, wow. Plus, new artifacts of the Shadowlands. These give you everything you need to represent the ferocious army of the tribesmen in thrall to the Chaos Gods. Finally, a Path of Glory campaign that lets you take a 500-point army that you'll need the War Cetrus Fury for, which is okay. I think there's people are going to be happy about this. Okay, let's talk about this, because I think there's quite a lot here. So we're going to get rules for the cults. Ooh, could we finally get cultist units too? That would be wonderful. Law of the Shadowlands is interesting, because anything shadow-related is usually falling on the Bellical. Now, if memory serves, this whole Shadows over Albion thing actually is closer to the Old World setting than it is to the whole Karl Franz era. It's definitely something really, really curious. I don't know what they mean by that. Chaos traits stuff would be cool. I think that's... Well, we've already got mutations and so on. Unless it's going to be kind of like traits for individualized units. I mean, there's so much that they could do here. I'm looking at it, and I'm just looking at the models on my other screen going like, oh my god, I can't wait to paint that. This is certainly a very exciting time for Chaos fans like myself. Honestly, I'm just doing this video because of myself. I'm really... like, every other Chaos fan, I appreciate you and so on, but like, oh my god. I've been working on a stupid project, right? You guys saw my Bretonia project? My Chaos project is going to be much, much larger. Much, much larger. So it's nice to have some new models to add to the mix. I do wonder where we're going story-wise, because, yeah, there's going to be an invasion of the Westerland. Looks like Fridel's going to take center stage again. But we do know that she's the lieutenant of the lieutenant, so I'm kind of curious as when we're going to start seeing like the bigger name characters, her boss essentially. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long. I'm still kind of curious about the whole Shadowlands thing, the Law of the Shadowlands. It's going to be new spells. It could just be like maybe how the Norskins interpret the Realm of Chaos rather than something Bellical related. I don't know. I'm just like super, super curious. All I know is like one box of this is 50, right? Like that's wonderful. There's going to be individual boxes too. I do wonder how these dedicated rules are going to be. I don't expect that we're going to be seeing Skull Crushers and stuff like that just yet. I think it's too early. Chaos is still waning rather than like, you know, in power at this point. The Chaos Gods are pretty weak. But this is a good start. Oh my god. Just seeing like the Crow banner and stuff like that is great. I can't wait to see just up close on how much there is to these minis. I can't wait to paint these. Hopefully they're not too complicated in terms of construction, because it has been a bit weird lately with some old world stuff. Some of the new stuff, amazingly easy to build, like the Bretonian Knights on Foot, the Jade Warriors, but I would say like the Jade Lancers were a bit too complicated for what is essentially a core unit. But I don't want to get into the negative. This is super exciting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's start a bit of a discussion. Oh my god, I need to finish up all my backlog of the Marauders I currently do have, because yes, I still intend to finish those off, and then prepare myself for these to go pre-order whatever they do. God, I can't wait. It did say, like, you know, more news in the coming months, so it's going to be a while, maybe closer to Christmas. Yeah, this has been great news to come back home to. I'm so hyped. I am so hyped.